do think women should respect their man to a degree. Or if he does feel like his outfit's too revealing, or even if you take a step further, if you know your partner's insecure, shouldn't you kind of be there to comfort him and support him and let him know that, babe, I'm yours only. And yeah, I may be wearing this dress that's revealing, but it's okay. I'm going to respond to your text when I'm out. I'm going to call you. I'm going to make you feel comfortable, even though you're insecure.
No.
Because okay.
That is an inside job.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I feel like a key to a successful relationship is
respect.
Making your insecure partner feel secure.
But that is not something you can do. Like, you can respect your person, and you should.
Yeah.
And I get where you're going with that. I'm not going to wear something that shows me all see-through.
Right.
I get that. But I've been in relationships where I did do that because I didn't know any better. So I'm like, honey, I'll unfriend all these guys. None of them matter.
Right.
And I went from like 5,000 friends to like 500.
Yeah.
And
So
it
who
was never
cares then?
enough, though. It was never enough. I could change everything. I could dress in a nun suit and it wouldn't have been enough. Because that's you. That's your problem.
So with you, it's like you give them an inch, they take a mile, kind of saying.
Because it's an inside thing. It's a something they need to heal from. It's a past trauma. Maybe it's childhood relationship. Maybe their wife cheated on them. Who knows? But it's not, I didn't do that to you. So that's something they have to fix on their own.
But shouldn't you help them with that?
You can't.
You can.
I've tried.
I think you can.
Oh, okay, hold on. I
Just
think
respect them.
Either you trust your partner or you don't.
Respect. Yeah.
I think it's how you treat the man.
Yes.
Like, if you treat the man like you're his, and vice versa, I'm sure for the woman, then they're not worried about it.
100%.
But as a man, like if I have a woman and she's going out dressed in a certain way, if I feel like she's with me all the time, I'm just not worried about it.
Yeah.
But as a man, because I know what kind of guy I am when I go to the bar, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's tons of guys like me, and they as a man, when a man usually says that, it's because they know like how guys are.
Oh, for sure.
You know.
Yeah.
But some women are like that way too. Like when guys go out.
But when I have a man, like I smother him. Like I am like constantly touching, tickling, holding hands. Like I am so into my man. And
then you're a good woman.
I mean, I'm all in. Like I think if I could just jump into him and be his soul, like that's as close as we could get. But so I don't know. I guess I feel like that's an inside job.
So you
dated
a guy and you were like that to him, and he was still.
Oh yeah. Okay. Listen, I've been married once and engaged 4 times. And I flex on that because I'm like, yeah, listen, a lot of people talk shit, but it's like, there's some women that have never been proposed to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I clearly am doing something right. And I know what it is. I take care of my man.
Or you picking the wrong guys.
My man. Like, but then they tend to get, there's all different reasons, but a lot of them get very like almost jealous of your happiness in a sense because they aren't happy, or then they start becoming insecure, and then and that just wrecks everything. I'm not going to deal with that.
Or if you make more money than a man, that can ruin a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I think different. If my girl would made more money than me, then I'd be like, I got to make more money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
And see, that's the kind of mindset you should have, because when people say like, oh, I say, oh, I don't care about how much money a man makes, but I do care because I want a man that's a business. And if you work at Quick Trip, you're not on the same mindset as me.
Okay.
No offense,
so that
Quick Trip people might be moving to be a manager or something like that, be a CEO.
No, I'm saying like if you're comfortable making, $45,000 a year and that's your and that's it for you, then you're just not the man for me. And that it's not that I'm a gold digger. It's that I aspire for more.
But I know.
So I want a man that's going to aspire for more.
You want ambition, but like this ties into like a good saying, and that is, men love unconditionally, women love conditionally. And you just back that fact up because, and here's, let me finish here. Let me just finish here real quick. So men who are very successful and make a lot of money, they would not care if the girl's working at Quick Trip, Target, or source of income.
I agree with
like
that.
whatever it is. So there is no conditions other than physical attraction at first, which I think everyone shares.
Yes.
Anyway,
but
now women,
women could bring them a baby, then they're not as interested, right?
If he wants a kid, yeah, and I'd say that's a pretty
that's conditional.
That's a pretty big thing. That's a more subjective
And
condition.
what about her body? That's a condition. She has to have a tight body. She has to have the right.
What was the thing you just said about the baby? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm saying like men do love
conditionally
because they want to procreate. They want a woman that can bear them a child.
Not all men. That's a more subjective thing. A majority of people do want kids, but I've also met some of my really good friends like do not want kids at all. Like my aunt actually like never wanted kids. Her and her husband, they've been married, I don't know, 30 plus years. They travel all the time. So kids is like a subjective thing, while dating someone because they're not on the same status as you, that seems to be a common thread with all women.
Well, see, I'm opposite of that.
A lot of men that have problems because they're women. I know a lot of men like
I'm
that.
opposite of that though. I would prefer to date a man. Like my ex-husband, I don't mean to throw him out, but like he made like 45 grand a year.
Yeah.
I prefer not to date. I've dated guys that make millions and I don't like the arrogance. I don't like the attitude. I don't like the entitlement. And I just don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer that. I hope that my future husband does not make what I make. And,
Man,
and when I want someone, when she talks about like
I don't say
my
millions.
whole thing is
I just
like
want someone that is business oriented. And
Right.
just
But I'm
Yeah,
saying
like-
you can have ambition and not make a lot of money.
Yes,
And you
like,
can still
yes,
work at Quick
yeah.
Trip.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Like,
That's the thing. It doesn't matter where you work. It's your mindset. You know what I
Mhm,
mean?
yeah.
I mean, I threw out the Quick Trip.
right.
Don't like.
No,
quote
and I'm
me on
not
that.
saying like,
Hey,
and
if you work at Quick Trip, don't
Yeah.
go after her.
And I just want to say, like, I say,
Stop.
yeah, no, and I say women, and it's like I'm generalizing,
You can't
obviously. Like,
generalize,
obviously,
though.
there's like some women are like they're not gonna give a fuck if their guy works at McDonald's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's-
But like from a lot of women that I've talked to and met, like doing these podcasts, with her, a majority of them, like boss chick, CEO,
Yep.
be a boss, date a boss
Yep.
type of attitude.
Women usually
Like,
want to step up.
See,
Exactly,
I
you know?
don't. And my thing though is like, I lift everybody up around me. So
Mhm.
I'm like, you can do this. You got this. Read this book. Do this. Do that.
Yeah.
Like, here's your mind. Like, I'm that. But who lifts me up? So
Right.
that's where I'm besides you.
See, and
my
that should be
kids.
your man.
That's my
or
man.
woman,
That's what I
whoever
want
it
in a
is.
man. I
Yeah.
want him to say, you got this. Like, do this, do that. And I want him to lift me up. And
Yeah.
and I know this might sound crazy, but I want to be controlled.